Imagine waking up to the sound of waves crashing violently against jagged rocks, your mind foggy, your surroundings unfamiliar. As your eyes adjust to the dim light, the eerie silhouette of a strange island looms out of the dense fog. You're not alone. Beside you, others are stirring, equally bewildered, their clothes damp and faces etched with confusion. The chilling wind cuts through the air, carrying with it whispers of isolation and danger. You notice the ground beneath your feet is slick with seaweed, making each step treacherous. In the distance, the unsettling calls of unknown wildlife pierce the heavy silence, adding to the growing dread. Around you, the fog begins to lift, revealing more of this secluded world. Every rock, every shadow could hide perils unknown. The realization hits: this is no ordinary place. This island, shrouded in mystery, holds secrets as deep and dark as the ocean itself. With nothing but the vast ocean behind them, our protagonists step forward into the unknown. No sooner had they taken their first steps, a slithering sound stopped them cold. In the dense underbrush of the island, hidden dangers lurked at every turn, but none as deadly as the golden lancehead snakes. Renowned for their lethal venom, these serpents were a force to be reckoned with. Their venom, about 5 times stronger than that of a common viper, could bring even the strongest to their knees in minutes. As the protagonists scanned their surroundings, the air thick with tension, their eyes met the cold, unblinking gaze of a golden lancehead. The snake, coiled and ready to strike, was a mere whisper away from them. It was a critical moment. With no sophisticated weapons at their disposal, the protagonists quickly grabbed sticks from the ground. These humble pieces of wood were their only defense. Adrenaline surged through them as they faced off with the snake. With precise and cautious movements, they managed to keep the snake at bay, maneuvering the stick with such skill that it seemed an extension of their own bodies. The standoff was tense, each moment stretching out like an eternity. Finally, with a strategic nudge, they encouraged the snake to slither away into the underbrush, leaving them shaken but unscathed. The encounter was a harsh introduction to the island's unforgiving environment. It underscored the immediate need for vigilance and resourcefulness. Breathing a sigh of relief, they knew this was just the beginning of their survival saga. As night falls, the ground itself seems to come alive. In the eerie glow of the moon, swarms of giant cockroaches and locusts emerge from the shadows, their bodies clicking and wings fluttering in a sinister symphony. The protagonists, though weary from their earlier encounters, face this new threat with a grim determination. Armed with nothing but their wits and a desperate need to survive, they gather twigs and leaves, igniting a small fire. The flames flicker, casting long, dancing shadows and providing a small circle of safety from the creeping insects. As the fire crackles, they crush herbs found in abundance on the island, known for their natural repellent properties. The pungent smell fills the air, adding another layer of protection against the relentless assault of the crawlers. Throughout this harrowing night, their understanding of the island's ecosystem deepens. Each plant, each sound becomes a message, a clue on how to endure the next challenge. With each challenge, they grow stronger, more connected to the harsh world around them. A glimmer in the distance catches their weary eyes, a beacon of hope or a misleading siren. As they trudge through the dense underbrush, the shape of an old abandoned lighthouse emerges, standing stoic against the skyline. It's a sight that injects a fragile thread of hope into their hearts, yet the isolation of the structure stirs a whirlpool of suspicion in their minds. The lighthouse, weather-beaten and wrapped in the arms of creeping vines, tells a story of years passed in solitude. Its door hangs slightly ajar, as if inviting them or warning them to stay away. Inside, the air is thick with the salty tang of the sea and the musty odor of abandonment. Each step inside the lighthouse feels like moving deeper into the belly of a beast that's been dormant for decades. Suddenly, the eerie silence is shattered by a sharp cry. One of the protagonists has been bitten by a snake, hidden amongst the rubble. The venom races through his veins. A lethal clock started. Panic ensues, but amidst the chaos, one protagonist, a skilled doctor, remains astonishingly calm. She quickly concocts an antidote from their limited medical supplies, her hands steady, her focus unwavering. The tension breaks like a wave as the venom's advance is halted, the crisis narrowly averted. Their relief is palpable, yet their situation remains as precarious as ever. The lighthouse, once a symbol of guidance and safety, now serves as a critical refuge in their journey. What seemed like a sanctuary might just be their saving grace. With each step, the sands of the island whisper secrets of a dark past. As our protagonists delve deeper into the heart of this enigmatic land, the ground beneath their feet tells tales of marauders and misfortune. Here, the legends of ruthless pirates and their hidden treasures are not just folktales. They are vivid reminders of the island's perilous allure. The air carries echoes of clashing swords and the silent hopes of countless souls who once thought they'd find their fortunes here. Our adventurers, driven by necessity, begin to uncover clues that lead them to unexpected resources. Amidst the tangled undergrowth, they stumble upon ancient barrels buried in the sand, still sealed and hinting at provisions left behind by those who never made it off the island. These discoveries are like manna from heaven. Fresh water trickles from a natural spring, hidden away in a cave beneath the craggy cliffs. Wild fruits hang heavily on the branches, offering sustenance and a burst of energy. Each resource is a treasure in its own right, a crucial piece of the puzzle in their quest for survival. But as they navigate through this treacherous paradise, the island seems to test their resolve. For every helpful find, there's a lurking danger, a reminder that this beauty is but a facade. Giant centipedes skitter in the shadows, and the ever-present threat of another venomous snake leaves them constantly on edge. But every treasure comes with a tale of caution, every blessing a potential curse. Survival is a chess game with nature, and they are the pawns on its merciless board. As our protagonists push deeper into the island's heart, the terrain becomes their enemy. The ground beneath their feet shifts unpredictably, from sandy shores to jagged rocks that threaten to cut more than just their journey short. With each step, the mental toll mounts. The isolation and relentless danger press heavily on their spirits. Yet, it is in these moments of sheer despair that the true mettle of our adventurers comes to light. They rally their wits and dwindling resources, crafting strategies that might offer a sliver of hope. They begin constructing a makeshift raft from the gnarled branches and vine ropes, their hands moving with desperate urgency. The idea of signaling for help flickers through their minds like a beacon. They gather dried leaves and twigs, setting up a smoke signal on the highest peak they can reach. The plume of smoke rises, a silent scream into the vast, indifferent sky. Amidst these trials, the bond between them strengthens. They share stories of loved ones and dreams of the future, not just to pass time, but to keep the ember of hope alive in their hearts. These stories, filled with laughter and tears, become their armor against the encroaching despair. With their resolve hardened like the cliffs that surround them, they prepare for the final play. The final chapter of this harrowing tale unfolds as the island reveals its last challenge. As our protagonists, weary yet unwavering, trudge through the dense undergrowth, the skies darken ominously. The wind begins to howl, a prelude to the storm that would soon envelop the island in its furious embrace. Throughout their ordeal, they've encountered venomous snakes whose bite could kill a man in under an hour, and insects that swarm with the kind of ferocity that could overwhelm the strongest of wills. Each moment has been a testament to their sheer determination to survive against all odds. As the storm unleashes its wrath, our survivors' resolve is tested like never before. Trees bend under the weight of the gale, and the ground beneath their feet becomes treacherous with mud and debris. But it is in this chaos that the true mettle of our protagonists shines through. They remember the golden lancehead snakes, their lethal venom a constant threat in the back of their minds. They recall the horror of the swarming cockroaches and locusts, a crawling nightmare from which there was no waking. Each challenge they faced on this cursed island has carved out a space for courage and resourcefulness they never knew they possessed. In the heart of the storm, amidst the thunder's roar and the lightning's sear, a makeshift raft becomes their beacon of hope. With hands numbed by cold and hearts fueled by the desire to see another dawn, they lash together the remnants of fallen trees, their survival instincts guiding their every move. Finally, as they push the raft into the churning waters, the island seems to pause, its malevolent force perhaps acknowledging the indomitable spirit of its latest challengers. The sea is merciless, but so are they, each stroke taking them further from their nightmarish sojourn. As they drift away from the island, it remains silent and watchful, perhaps waiting for its next visitor.